Okay. How are we doing? That good, huh? That good.
I'm doing good.
I already answered. I was giving other people the
Right.
opportunity.
Sorry, I'm about to hit go on at something, and then I'll have capacity.
Yeah, you good.
Mark, how are you?
I'm Gucci Gang.
Gucci Gang. Well, that's exciting. I'm happy about that.
That is exciting.
All right.
Why not like Versace gang?
No,
Like
all
Louis
about
gang.
Gucci.
Gucci gang.
That is such a Mark introduced me to that music video, and it is
The Gucci gang music video.
yeah. To this day, it's astounding.
It's a really good song. Listen to it every day.
Yeah, those are words that could be said about songs out there in the world. So,
Gucci gang is a legendary track, and the cultural impact of it should be highly respected, Mike.
fair enough. Fair enough. Fair enough. Okay. I would like everybody to start off rolling a d20.
I have to pull up all the website stuff. How do you roll in the chat?
If on roll 20, you can just go over to the left side. There's a little dice.
I'm in. Can't you roll in Discord?
Oh, in Discord, command roll and then d20.
I rolled a 11.
So it's an 11.
I'll get in the chat in a second.
Okay. Hey, I can't see. My jail's too goofy. Okay, thank you.
Hold on. It looks like is my D&D Beyond broken?
Yeah, I was gonna say I pressed the button on mine. Oh wait. Is that what I need to do? Haha.
Vom with 18, Rinaldi with a 12, and Q with the 5. So with that, we will have Q. Please recap last session as best you can remember from Q's point of view.
All right.
Anything else?
So-
I'll fill in the gaps after that.
Can you remind me? So the only thing that I'm fuzzy on was where we started.
So you all started last session waking up in Bryn Shander and trying to go find to try and track down Suffolk, and you were following Torga Icevein to Targos. And you traveled to Targos.
Okay.
And we went shopping, I seem to recall.
Wait. So did the session start with us waking up?
Yep.
Okay. Okay. So I woke up. I was quite sore from a long night. Safe to say I didn't really get that much sleep.
Ew.
And I woke up, got out of the hotel. Rinaldi was wearing a red polo, which I'm really surprised. I don't know where she got it, but she was wearing one and was just dancing around the dining area. And I was looking around for food. And my best friend Vom, great guy, was in the kitchen. cooking up some dank food. So we ate, and then found out that we had after breakfast we had just missed some of the goons who were on their way to Targos. So we kind of hurried after them to meet them in Targos. Stopped at the guards post and kind of got some information. And then we went shopping. Sold all of our jewels for a fat stack of money. Bought some gear. And then I think we ran into I don't remember her name.
Torga.
Oh, it was Torga. Okay. Yeah, so we ran into Torga. Bought some gear from her. And then I think we got a short lunch, ate some yummy food. We went to lunch, I think, or we were going to lunch. But on the way, Rinaldi's rat kind of scurried off. So we were chasing the rat, and then it came back being chased by a dog. And we were stopped by some dude that was clearly gay. But I think Rinaldi thought he was like a sexist piece of shit, and so we decided to let his husband die.
Is that what we did?
Believe so. And then I think we got lunch after that. So
Yeah,
I think
that was pretty comprehensive from where things were. Just filling in a couple gaps. When you all woke up, Vam was awake before all of you, and it turns out he had been doing a decent amount of the cooking. So when you guys arrived in Targos, you did initially just do quite the shopping spree with Torga, checking her wares, and kind of before you started to kind of see if there was anything else you wanted to know about Suffolk. She basically said that the rest of her men all went to the Luskan Arms when they were feeling like they wanted to have something nice, or if they were going to be staying the night, that would be an inn that they would be staying in. She said she recommended that place as far as you guys asked for food. Beyond that, yes, you did have a run-in with a man whose name you did not catch, but he said that his husband had been missing for quite some time, and that dog was one of his sled dogs that he usually never ever would have left him behind. So something terrible must have happened in order for that to be the case. But Rinaldi was having none of it, and we decided to just go from there.
That's the nicest way of putting it. We just decided to go from there.
Yes, that is
Not
the way.
we walked away,
Don't think
There's
about
a-
it too much.
turned around.
there's a lot of implications of
I'm not gonna.
how that storyline turns out, but I'm sure it'll all work out.
Yeah, there's no way that that's
He'll
gonna come
manage.
back and bite you guys in.
Mike, it looks like you're muted.
I am.
Haha.
What have I done? What have I done? Voice.
Yeah, I'm surprised no one, like, society hasn't learned sign language at scale because of how many people just get muted on calls.
Is that better?
Yes.
Oh. He's switching off the headphone.
Boom.
Headset.
Okay. Just ripped it out of the headset. All right, that's better. I made this mistake last time. All my audio was totally messed up last week. Okay. So where we really left off was you guys standing outside of the Luskan Arms Inn. From what you can see and what you can tell, this appears to be one of the oldest buildings in the city of Targos. And from what you can hear on the outside, it sounds like it's a nice place. As you walk up to this well-sized wooden building, the ornate sailing depictions are carved into the door, and there's bits of blue and gold paint peeling from the harsh barrage of the unending winter. As you step in, the treacly, sweet smell of mead hits your nose, along with the smell that can only be described as just a bit musty. There are not many souls in this tavern at this point, but it is midday, and you might imagine that this is the kind of spot that gets much more busy as evening runs around. Your first couple steps feel as if your feet are almost sinking into the steps of countless other fishermen, miners, merchants, and adventurers who've walked through these doors. Around the room, you can see beautiful depictions of a city on the coast. Its harbors are a veritable sea of colorful sails and beautiful merchant galleons.
Where are we?
You have walked into the Luskan Arms.
This is where we're getting lunch.
Yes, inn. It is. I will take you to that map presently.
So this is Targos.
Yep. And so this is Targos, and you guys are GM.
Am I the only one who can't move it left and right? I guess I have to zoom in more. Okay.
So there you go. That's where
And
you
then
all were.
we came in through the south, and then the
Yep.
market square is that like little square in the middle there.
Yeah, so where you guys met with... Let's see if I can do this.
Yeah, you don't need a market. Just
But where you guys met with...
pretty sure it's
right around here is where you met
yeah,
with Torga.
Torga.
Yeah, I remember those two squares.
So, yeah. But now you guys are in at the Luskan Arms. There is some activity, not many. As you kind of look around, you can see there's a few men in the back, having, with, looks like they've got a couple glasses in front of them, and you see an older balding man with sunken eyes kind of washing out a glass behind the bar. Very typical barkeep.
We should probably go talk to that guy, everybody.
So you guys walk up to him.
We do.
What can I do you for?
Well, guys, what do you want to drink?
I'll take a water. I'm broke.
You're broke.
I ain't got no money.
You want water. Oh, that might be more expensive than the good stuff.
Listen, I want
I've got
whatever's cheap.
I've got some melted snow if you're really desperate, but
You know, as appetizing as that sounds, I think I am actually okay. Thank you for offering them.
sorry.
What's the good stuff?
Oh, well, we've got some honey mead that from good mead. It's good. It's good stuff. Just some ale that there's not much left, but it's from Luskan. A golden Luskan ale. I highly recommend it, but I'm maybe just a bit nostalgic for it. You see, as he kind of started talking a little bit about that ale, he kind of had there's a little glint in his eye. And as quick as it came, it's gone, and he's back to looking like this guy looks sad. Just very sad.
Will it cheer him up if I buy anything?
Roll insight.
Okay. Hold on. Where that at? Oh. 17.
You notice that when he was talking about that ale, he started looking at a picture off to the side, like at the end of the bar, of a tavern with, that was called, that you can't really see what the name is, but you can see the designs, and it was ornate gold painting around it. Blue, the doors are this bright, beautiful blue, and you see a few men standing out in front of it with a huge cask, some huge barrel in front of it. You see he started to look off at that.
All right. What's this guy's name again? Did we know?
You've not asked him.
Okay. What's your name?
Oh, my name is Owen Tarsonell. I own this establishment.
Owen, listen, nice to meet you. I'm gonna call you Big O because you're my boy. And listen, I'm thirsty, and I know the crew is thirsty. So that ale sounded like it got you quite excited, and I'm honestly really thirsty. So we can do ales all around for anyone that wants one. I'll buy, unless they're like outrageously expensive. And then can you tell me about that picture in that cask that you are so interestingly stared at?
So he kind of blushes a little, and when you call him out for having like been staring at the photo or the painting, and he says, "Oh, of course," and he pulls out some steins, and he starts to pour out some ale for each of you, and he says, "Well, this is." You see, I grew up as a boy. I was from Luskan. I heard the tales of adventurers outside that very bar. And he kind of, as he hands you your glass, he walks over to the painting and he starts to point to a couple people and says, that was Darren and Orn and yes, but there's me. And you see there's a little boy who's like actually like hiding behind. You didn't even notice at first. He was like popped up like behind the barrel. He's like, they brewed that ale after they retired from their careers as adventurers. And they told me that that one day when I got older, I should go up to the north and see the Dale and see what adventure is like. And when I came here, I found the Luskan Arms and wanted to show I never was really one for adventuring, but I wanted to show how my home could be a home to others. And, well, I chose this place because it was so beautiful. The boats on the sea reminded me of home. But since this winter, it's been so cold, and the lake has all but frozen over. You see, he gets a little bit dark again, but by then he's finished pouring the last mug and hands them all out. Says, well, he grabs a fifth one and he pours some for himself. Says, I appreciate you asking about it. No one has really asked me about home in a long time. And he kind of raises a glass.
I pick up the glass with my trunk.
He's like clearly alarmed, but like it's kind of like follow. Okay.
Well, cheers to you and the Luskan Arms. So, there you go.
Do you all partake?
I partake.
Great.
It depends. Is there like a lid to this container?
That he was like pouring from? It's like from a tap.
Is there a small container of any kind so that Louis can also have some?
Oh.
You see there's like a little like shot glass full of toothpicks that you could probably like empty out.
Then yes, I will partake.
Okay. So, he does. You do that without him really noticing too much. So he finishes it in a pretty aggressive swig. So, what can I do you for? What brings this rather unusual band of adventurers to Targos, especially in days like these?
Well, since you're so familiar around here with everyone and you are trying to make sure that you can treat, your home to a good hospitality and you probably have quite a few regulars, we were hoping you could help us find a couple guys that we've heard come here quite often.
Oh, well, it's a small town. These days, used to be one of the larger towns, but that's neither here nor there. I have a decent number of regulars, some more regular than not. But what kind of person are you looking for? He kind of looks you guys up and down. You don't seem to be the typical 10 Towns type.
I would describe these gentlemen as potentially quite strong and intimidating, maybe a little surly. But I can't judge. And we're here to meet them and get to know them, if you know what I mean. So I don't know if anyone else has a descriptor that they want to share.
So he looks at you. He's like, there's a lot of strong men and women in 10 Towns. It does not.
What about guys that aren't here all the time? They kind of come and go because they got routes to run.
Are you talking about traders, merchants?
People that would protect, merchants.
You see his eyes kind of dart to the back of the room, one of the back corners. You couldn't be talking about Torga's boys, are you?
I do.
Son,
Yeah, we're talking about that.
they're a dangerous lot over there. I'd be careful. I would be careful. But you look like you can take care of yourselves.
We promise not to cause a situation in which you would have to, file an insurance claim. So
Please. It's hard enough as it is. But you didn't hear it from me, but they're back there.
Okay. I turn to the group and just ask to everyone, shall we go over, and who wants to take the lead? Because I don't know if I'm charismatic enough to talk to some strong old bodyguard men. Big O's a nice guy, so he was he was cool. But
Table talk. What are we trying to get out of him?
Out of who?
Targa's men.
Yeah.
They I believe are connected to
The killer, right?
So
Alleged.
Caltro.
yeah, I'll do a brief recap of like your broader mission. Was that you were asked in your first session by one of Rinaldi's friends, Hlyn Trollbane, to help seek out and seek justice for a murderer who was,
Who she thinks is Zephic.
who
Caltro?
she thinks is Sefik Caltro. She's not explained why she thinks that, beyond just she's kind of done some tracking. And you guys have not yet gotten to talk to them. The only clue you've been given is that Sefik is a man who does not dress for the weather, basically.
Very uncharacteristic. I remember that. Okay.
Yeah, he's typically seen in a like a vest and no jacket.
Are we still with Owen?
Yeah, you're still at the bar.
We didn't walk over yet.
He's kind of giving you guys like a subtle head nod, like they're over there.
What's
My food's here, so
You're good.
Yeah.
Well, if he's gonna do that, I'm gonna put more water, but I can still hear.
I'm gonna grab water too, just because
Yeah,
I
I
need
was
to do
gonna
that.
All right, we'll just take like a quick
Yeah.
TO.
Yeah, I'll be right back.
3 hours later. Okay. So you guys have been pointed in the direction of a few individuals sitting around. They're probably the loudest people in the bar. As you kind of look around, you can see there is are you guys looking around at everyone else in the bar? There's probably a couple other tables that have some people in it, but they're really only hearing from this group of like 4 guys in the corner.
I asked Owen, does this place get rowdy? Is it like pretty quiet? Like, are bar fights common here?
No, typically that sort of behavior is more common at the Three Sails, but being more of a fishing bar. But it's happened here a time or two. But
Do those guys usually get a specific drink regularly?
Torgus boys at night. I think they're having honey mead. I think they've had a couple rounds of that since they got here.
Are you planning on cutting them off, or do you think they'd be more amenable if we got them a little gift?
Well, their coin's as good as anyone's, and I'm in no place to say no.
Okay. How many of them are there?
There are 4.
4. How much would it cost me to get each of them a honey mead refill?
Probably cost you, 4 silver pieces.
All right, cool. Let's do it.
So on top of the, he gives you a nice discount for letting him kind of regale you with a story. So it's another 4 for you guys.
So 8 total.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
So
I just removed.
Yep. So
Question tabletop or whatever. Mark, is that what you say to note it being a like real life discussion and not in game?
Yeah.
Okay, so with that, I used D&D Beyond to remove the cash, but removing 8 silver like doesn't really show up anywhere.
It's
It
just
doesn't,
for
like,
you.
Is it on the back end?
Like I can.
Okay, because I did remove it, but it just says I still have 77 gold, but because it's such a small amount.
That's a good question.
Right, like I can do it again.
Well, here, go to 70. So take out 1 gold and then add 3 silver or 2 silver. Because
Okay, hold
it's.
Take out 1 gold
Yep.
and then add 3 silver.
Well,
Right,
2 silver because it's metric. 10 silver is 1
gold. Oh, there we go. Oh, because I had no silver mark. Okay.
Even the fantasy world uses the metric system.
Well, it's the right system. So, okay.
Bunch of communists.
You tell them. All right.
Okay, so we buy the drinks.
Yep.
I buy the drinks.
He pours them out. He puts them on a tray for you.
Great. I put the money on the table. Say, Big O, it's been nice. I really appreciate it. Does anyone have any other questions for him? No. Great. Who wants to carry the drinks? I'll carry, actually, if someone else will approach them. They intimidate.
All right. Yeah, I'll approach him.
We need them to feel as if we are on equal footing. And a
Alright,
small
so-
half-elven boy will not suffice.
So I approach them. Perrin is to my left. Louis is on my right shoulder, but I'm looking tough as fuck because of who I am,
True.
despite the mouth.
It's true.
So I sort of like swagger over to them and I'm like, hey guys, y'all need a refill?
Sure. What do you say, Frank? Sure.
Frank?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Listen,
That was not loud, by the way.
I've never seen you here. You knew? She knew here? Oh, do you know her?
As they're talking, I'm just setting these drinks. I don't want to carry them. I'm just setting them these drinks in front of them, so they have them.
All right. Thanks, buddy. One guy tosses you like a copper piece.
Cool. I'll take it. I'll have it. I don't give a shit.
So, we're just traveling, just kind of seeing what's up, trying to see what kinds of adventures are around. I don't know about what are you guys in town for? Are y'all here often?
Every few weeks we're here with Torga. We're the security experts, one might say.
Oh, so you guys are investigators.
That's not quite it.
Are you roughing people up a bit?
It's preventative measures. Let's call it that.
All right, I think we're talking the same language here. Cool. Well, I'm Rinaldi. I've been around. I'm familiar with Torga. What kinds of business y'all been up to?
Well, things been a bit slow lately. It's just 5 of us in Torga. But people by this point tend to stay pretty well out of our way. Won't lie, it makes life pretty easy. The other guys kind of laughing, amicably agreeing.
Yeah, and here comes this half-orc trying to give y'all a drink just to see what's going on. I'm sure this is a surprise for you all.
Well, it's a bit unusual. But sure you have a perfectly valid reason, miss. So, is it Rinaldi? I'm
That's my name.
Atlas. I'm Atlas. This is Frank, Yoakum, and that's Billy.
Well, I don't really have a reason just coming over to say, hey, this is my friend Perrin. He's the one who brought the drinks. He's feeling a little sluggish, but, he's doing pretty good. Did anybody else come over with us, or is it just the two of us trying to do our best?
I'm standing behind, just kind of like extra muscle, but just kind of in the back quiet.
I'm still at the bar.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean,
I just kind of point to Voms like he's with us too.
Jesus Christ, he's huge.
He's my boy.
Well, you've a bit of an interesting lot for sure. You see, like the guy who threw Perrin like a copper, it's kind of looking at you now, like he's like, you don't work here?
no, I'm just a nice guy. I was raised in a really good household. My mom was a nice lady. You guys actually quite like her.
His mother is a saint, so.
She is quite deceptive, though. I don't want to get into that right now. But
So they're talking, they start to scooch over. Well, it's being polite to not ask you all to sit down. So they kind of slide over. One guy kind of reaches over, pulls a chair. So, I'm sure, as you said, this is not as much as I'd like to think that this is just true altruism and our dashing good looks that earned us these drinks. What can I help you with?
well, we just bought some goods from Targa. Torga. She had mentioned that, she's got quite a crew helping her out, getting her from place to place, and that you would be here. And, we were given some word that you had a rather entertaining friend who likes to pretend he's never cold and doesn't seem to wear warm weather clothes, and we were just very curious to see what that actually looked like. I mean, I'm all bundled up in layers upon layers of fur. Kind of wanted to meet a guy walking around in a tank top and shorts.
Yeah, he wants to get a secret.
Yeah.
So as you say that, the recognition immediately hits all of them. They're, oh, you mean Sefik? Well, he's an interesting one. Why do you beyond just his choice of clothing, no, there's nothing else at all you're looking for? So I can solve that answer for you right now.
The clothing thing?
Yeah.
Or the other thing?
What other thing?
Well, the alleged potential other thing that you're getting at. But actually, if you can answer the clothing thing first, that'd be awesome. I'm very curious.
Well, from what he told us, he was born on the Midwinter Festival. He was allegedly blessed by the Frostmaiden. And apparently, whatever that means, he needs less blankets at night, for whatever it's worth. But that's what he says. He says he was blessed by the Frostmaiden.
Do you believe it?
Well, the bastard ain't wearing nothing but a pair of trousers and a vest and short sleeve shirt sometimes.
Why isn't he with you guys?
He never really spends much time with us once we make our way to where we're going, and I've found it best not to ask.
Are you all in the same line of work?
Oh, we all work for Torga. What he does outside of business hours is his own thing.
Well, I mean, we don't really want to bother you with these questions. We can just talk to him directly. I mean, where does he hang out?
Roll persuasion. I don't really know.
You don't really know, or you just don't want to tell me?
Are they gonna be more likely to tell us if I buy them another round?
They're casually sipping this
Pretty
this
liquored
round.
up.
You know, they're not like hammered. But like they're casually sipping this, and you can see there's two. This is probably like their third round. In however long they've been there, at least. Like when you guys gave them these fresh glasses, they finished theirs, and now they're kind of casually sipping the new one.
Okay.
Gotcha. To be honest with you guys, like I was kind of hoping the drink would be enough. You know, Rinaldi and I were chatting about it. Figured it'd be a cool thing to offer up. But I mean, I see how it is though. I get it. You know.
So the guy who still was looking at who gave you a little bit of a hard time for not working there, Perrin. That guy's name was that was Frank. Frank definitely gave you. He kind of looks. He says, well, you see, he doesn't always stay with us, though he always has a room. I think he left. I think he's outside of town right now.
Does he frequently leave town?
Very frequently.
That's interesting. Okay.
Does he ever mention where he goes?
Sound like it.
No, and I don't really ask.
Does he seem like he has a lot of money from nowhere? Is he one of those guys?
No, not money. But that sword of his is certainly freaky.
What about a sword?
Ooh.
Well, I don't quite know what it's made of, but it's bright blue, as if it's nearly made of ice. He says it's a blessing, a gift, or something like that. It's a hell of a gift. It's a fine blade.
Okay. Well, where's he staying at? Because I mean, like I said, I don't want to bother you guys. You're having a great time.
Well, we'll
chatting it up.
We'll be staying here for the next few days. He usually meets up with us the morning that we leave, so we'll be here for a little while. But
he doesn't stay at another inn.
No, he has a room here.
Oh, here. Okay.
He has a room here at the Luskan Arms, but we basically never see him.
Do you know if he enjoys a nice ale before bed?
I haven't followed him up to his room yet. We just got in today. I know he's got a reservation.
Yeah, you guys hang out with him a lot, don't you?
We travel
Or
together.
don't you? Yes, exactly. You should know his habits by now.
Well, what about them?
Well, I'm just wondering if he likes a nice nightcap. Maybe we can catch him here later.
I don't know if I've ever seen him drink.
Well, that's good.
Well, that's an odd man indeed.
Nothing wrong with that.
I walk. Sorry, go on.
No, go.
I was gonna say I walk back to the bar, which I think Vom is still there, and I just kind of like lean over to Owen. I'm just like, hey, do you know? Did Sefik Caltro check in here? Do you know what room he's in?
Sefik Caltro. Her name sounds familiar. And he walks over to a book, starts flipping through. Sefik. I have him on my registry here, but he has not checked in. I have him down here for 3 nights.
What room? Do you have one prepared for him, or
I have a few rooms prepared. It'll be whatever one is available when he gets here. I've not signed it yet. And typically I don't make it a habit of sharing people's room numbers with others, you know, privacy and whatnot. So, real quick, since you're back at the bar, Vom, what have you been doing this whole time?
Just drinking.
Just drinking? You talking with Owen at all?
Sure.
He's clearly fascinated by the trunk with which you are drinking from. Friend.
Did you ask me anything?
Friend, I don't mean to be brash, but what are you?
I am a Loxodon.
A Loxodon. My gods. I've never seen a person such as yourself. It's fascinating. I'm sorry. It's just maybe the southern world has become even more wild and adventurous since I left, but or maybe I'm just too used to seeing people bundled up here. But I've never seen anyone such as yourself. You're much more approachable than the mammoths out there in the tundra. You see, he says that and he realizes he's like talking himself like into a hole. He feels like he's like trying to be like, no, but it's not like that. It's just you're not a mammoth. He like pours a glass and just like gives you another glass, like does not charge, like is like totally.
I have seen those mammoths. They are ferocious beasts.
Truly. And I'm sure you look to be a mighty warrior. I'm sure. Where did you hail from?
I do not know.
Are you lying to him?
Hold up. I overhear this. Wait,
you overhear this from across from? I don't think.
I'm gonna make you make a perception check to see if you can pick up this thing. I'll even say that he does. What'd you get? 13. You see Owen has a bit of a like, you don't know. He's like a little put back.
I'm walking over. I'm leaving these guys. I turn to Frank and I'm like, yo, I really appreciate you actually giving us some information. Game recognizes game. I'm gonna give you your copper back. So here's there you go.
Much appreciated.
I flick it over to him. I hope he catches it. Vom, what do you not know?
I guess I should say I do not know how to get back to where I am from.
That sucks.
So where are you from?
A different world.
So
okay, I don't have any further questions. I just kind of like glance. I just kind of look at Rinaldi because I'm assuming she's still there, just kind of awkwardly.
Vom, I want you to make a perception check. So as you said that, you notice somebody nearly falls out of their chair at the end of the bar. Like further away than you thought that they wouldn't have heard you, but it appears apparent that they heard what you said.
I look at them.
And 1 second. Here we go. You find a person who is... I'm looking at the wrong screen. There we go. Nope, still looking at the wrong screen. Where is this darn table I'm looking for? I know. That's fair. Roll20 has like 16 million things of tables, but it doesn't have the table I'm looking for. That has.
You try googling it.
At this point, I'm too deep. I'm in too deep. Oh, there it is. I found the link. That was easier than it should have been. Okay. So, as you do that, you see a man get up. He kind of catches himself as you look. He looks. Oh, I'm sorry. He like stands up, and you see he's wearing kind of a tattered brown jacket, kind of fur ends, fur-lined gloves. He's wearing a big pointed hat with a red band, and he's got a big red scarf kind of wrapped around his neck, kind of over his sweater in between. He says, "My name is Dazan. I am a red wizard of Thay, and I'm sorry. I did not mean to eavesdrop too much, but you must understand. You are quite fascinating. I've never seen anything like this." You see, he kind of like starts to reach up towards like your trunk, like not like touching you, but like getting really close to like he's doing one of these. Like it's just intriguing.
I stand like close to Vom, and just kind of like try to like separate the guy from Vom. I'm just like, this is my best friend.
I'm sorry. He's like looking up. He's not a big guy. He's got kind of scraggly beard. You see, there's another. He was as you kind of look past him, there's another person sitting next to him that's just sitting like this and not moving at all. Like they're like not acknowledging anything happening around them, not doing anything. But he says, "I'm sorry. I am here on an informational mission and seeking out fascinating and wondrous things. Not unlike yourself, but I have a bit of another mission, and perhaps you might actually be able to help me with it. I sent a few other adventurers up into one of the mountains to do a little bit of checking out of things for me, but haven't heard back from them in a bit. So I will be waiting here, but they've told me next that they would meet me back at Easthaven. But you say you are not from this world?
Yes.
Oh, this is fascinating.
I just kind of like look at him. I was like, I mean, it's not that surprising. You know?
He says, well, there was something unusual happened several days ago, and I frankly didn't think it was real, but there was a comet that fell out of the sky just over a week ago in the mountains to the south, not too far away. People have been feeling things around there, and I think this comet might have something to do with it. Maybe it's a way to help you back home. Or maybe it's something you're uniquely qualified for. Maybe it's just a stroke of luck that you're here. Alas, I'm here to try and understand a bit more of this unusual weather and the things that it might be hiding. Have you ever heard of a chwinga?
Excuse you?
A chwinga.
You look to
I look
Q.
to Rinaldi. Oh, okay.
Have you heard of this?
So
Have I heard of this?
you probably have, actually. Like, being as close to nature as you are, you would know that a chwinga is a tiny elemental spirit that tends to live out in the wilderness. They're really shy. They're entirely harmless.
A twinga?
Chwinga. Chwinga. But they're little. They're basically like little elementals. They're not quite fairies, but they're little elemental spirits.
And I say, I am familiar with Chingas. I'm very familiar, actually. Very knowledgeable about them.
Oh. And you see, he looks from Q to Vom and back and forth. He says, well, then maybe you all are exactly what I'm looking for. Because while that comet I find to be a fascinating possibility for some of the strange things that are going on in the Dale of late, I believe that these chwingas might somehow be connected to the peculiar weather. The elemental power, I believe, somehow might be connected, but I'm not entirely sure. I don't know if they're being used. I don't know if they are somehow responsible for it, but it's a working theory. I'm not entirely sure. But I have not been able to find one. So, and he stands up and he kind of smacks the table. My good friends, I'll be in Easthaven over the next several days. I'm heading there currently. If you all, in your adventures, happen to find yourselves either looking into whatever that comet was that crashed down in the South Mountains, or if you find yourselves around a chwinga, and if you can capture that chwinga or somehow show it to me, just sharing any information, really, you will be rewarded handsomely.
What's this guy's name?
His name is Dazan. He's called himself a Red Wizard of Thay.
Dazan?
Yes, Dzaan.
Zaan. Okay.
The climate is like really cold and harsh. Would it be like uncommon to find chewingas?
No, because
In-
you from what you would know, like they adapt to their environment really well.
I mean, of course, right? Every druid knows that.
Obviously.
That's what they teach you.
So he says that. He says, well, and by the way, it's best if we don't, if you don't tell anyone that you're helping me with this. You know, this bit of, you never know who might be trying to cause mischief.
Great. Well, this is fascinating.
Hey, Q, I'd like you to roll some sort of perception,
Yeah.
insight, something like that.
Yeah. 23.
As he does
feels
this,
good about it.
as he does this, you actually notice a glint on his finger as he is kind of gesturing through that motion. And you kind of already had this feeling as you're kind of laying it on a little thick. You recognize an icon on his ring. It is the symbol of the Arcane Brotherhood.
Just do a quick little Google on that.
And Q would be the only person. Maybe Perrin I think Q and Perrin would probably be the only people who would know who the Arcane Brotherhood is.
I noticed your ring. You're with the Arcane. You're with the Arcane Brotherhood.
Just putting it right out there. You see, he's a little flustered. He kind of looks down and says, damn. Well.
Let me rewind that. I see your ring. And I just kind of nudge him. You're with the Brotherhood, aren't you? That's how I do it.
All right. So with that, he kind of looks. Did they send you too?
Yes, they did send me.
Roll deception. I need
Roll what?
deception.
Deception.
Is that's a thing, right? Yep. So, yeah. So he is. Oh my god. And after they sent that bloody girl with us, I thought, yeah, it's not even a surprise. Are they trying to clean up anyone else's mess? Wait, have you heard from the others?
No, I haven't heard. Have you?
Not since we arrived. They've basically, once we got here, that little girl seemed to say that she was gonna make it off on her own, and well, now we're pretty much stuck. We're all going off in our own ways. But haven't seen Valin in some time, and we'll have to just see what happens. Hopefully we can sort ourselves out, but quite frankly, I feel like everyone's a little bit. Everyone wants the glory, you could say.
Right. Do you know where the girl went?
I believe she took something from Valin and then made off with it, but you didn't hear that from me.
Gotcha. Well, I think you and I were both after the same goal, so any information you can share, we want the same thing.
Well, We'll have to see. There's definitely some strange business going on. I would caution you to be careful then. If you are going to investigate that comet site, I warn you to be careful. I've heard some strange goings on in those mountains, the Duragar. But who knows?
The mountains of the Duragar or the Duragar?
The Duragar are in the mountains, and there's rumors that they're at the surface, which is unusual. Very unusual.
They're what?
They are Duragar.
And then what was the second one?
So they were on the surface.
They're at the surface, which is unusual.
They're like underground creatures or something.
They're dark dwarves. They live in the Underdark.
Tabletop. They're like pale evil Torbjorns with very large hammers.
Okay. That does sound strange.
Yes. But if we can beat them all there, that would be... Well, I'm hoping that they aren't heading towards... Well, I'm hoping they aren't heading there. But...
Why not?
It's enough that there's now... It seems the Brotherhood sent another group up here looking for Yuthrin. It's enough that there's already so many of us. I appreciate all of your help, but if you're actually with the Brotherhood, it's probably best that we don't step on each other's toes anymore.
Of course.
I wish you the best, but I will likely... It's likely best that we just go our separate ways then, isn't it? So he starts to get up. He's like clearly flustered. You can see he's with this... You telling him that you were with the Brotherhood has him like pretty peeved.
Is he leaving?
Yeah, he's like getting up to walk away.
Gotcha. So I turn to the group and wait for him to get out of supposedly earshot, knowing full well that he heard Vom from a decent distance.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, we've got this guy who found Vom absolutely fascinating, which we all do, and wants us to go on another mission, which has some layers to it that could be beneficial to us. Whereas we also know that Suffolk is going to be here at some point. He'll be here for 3 days. So do we get a room here and wait for him? Do we go on this mission? What do you guys want to do?
I think we go on this mission, and if we see Zephic within 3 days, good. If not, we know that we'll see him in 3 days when they leave. So we just got to make sure we get back here. Okay. I'm trying to check out this comet personally.
Cool.
Well, wait. I turned to Vom. I just put my arm on his shoulder. I'm just like, what do you want to do, best friend?
Let's go check out that comet.
I just kind of turn my back. I'm just I'm excited, and I don't want to like show it too much, but I am like, yeah. Kind
of. So all he's told you is that it was to the south in the mountains to the south. How comfortable do you feel with those instructions?
not very. If that's
Just
the case.
table talk.
Yeah, like I'm leaving this as an option for you guys to act if you want to try and stop him before you get there, before he starts to like fully walk away. Like he's sitting down. You see he's talking with somebody at the oh my gosh, that's how that looks. He's talking with somebody that he was like sitting at the table with. Are you guys trying to he looks like he's getting ready to like he's closing out his tab, things like that.
What are we looking at?
We're looking for a comment. Oh. In the map. Yeah, what is this map? Is this just like
Hey, look, it's Icewind Dale.
the whole thing? Oh, yeah. So we're in Bryn Shander?
I'm adding
Where are things hidden? Okay.
where things are that you know of.
We were in Brimshander before,
We're in
right?
Bryn
Yep.
Shander, yeah. We're Okay.
I would
How
say
long did it take us to get there? Or
took you 2 hours.
It took us a day to get. Yeah, not even a day.
Yeah,
to get to
it didn't take you that long. Took you 2 hours to get there.
so I mean,
And
it would not be unreasonable for us to like go to the mountains and back in a less than 3 day period.
yes. So for you guys to get to, let me add this place on here because you guys would know what this is. This is Easthaven. They just added. Layer. To get down to these mountains, like down here, it'd take you like 9.5 hours to get from Targos to Easthaven. It's a good long while. And then you're going out into the tundra. And that can slow you down a good bit. But
Okay, and
you
and you're basically letting us know like this is the range is like all we know right now. We don't know like a spot.
yeah, he has not
So
given
did
you
he
anything
say-
more than it's in,
Okay,
this
then, yeah,
area.
He said south of Easthaven.
Yeah, he says in the mountains to the south. So like these are all the mountains to the south.
Oh, okay, not the ones south of Targus. It's like south of Easthaven. Okay.
What time is it?
It's about like 1 o'clock.
In the afternoon?
Yeah.
Man, I bought those guys drinks at 1. Jeez.
Yeah, man, these guys were like, they showed up, they got sloshed.
It's always
It's more like maybe it's probably closer, maybe like 2 now. I guess like you guys showed up at like 1. You've been talking to people for a while, so it's maybe more like 2 o'clock.
So I say I mean, if there's nothing left for us to do in Targos, we can spend the rest of the day traveling to Easthaven, stay there rather than renting a room here, because we're probably not going to meet Sefik anyways.
Yeah, he hasn't checked in or gotten a room yet, so we can't even like stake him out. We'd be staking him out for 3 days.
Oh, something I wanted to ask. Is there like a postal service, like if he checked in, is there any way for Owen to let us know that without having to basically go talk to him? I imagine not, but
No.
I'm trying to think if there's a way.
It would be out of all this, Owen's been nice to you, but he doesn't know you that well. He would not like go send you a letter.
Fair enough.
But you would imagine if you were to come back and ask if he was there, that he would tell you.
Sure. Well, I say we make our way to Easthaven, unless there's anything else that we want to do.
Did we
while we're
decide
here.
if we wanted to get some clarification on where exactly we're headed before he walks away?
Yeah, that's the other part. Is we have to decide if we want to talk to him again.
I mean, it sounds like a yes, right? Unless, does anybody have like strong tracking experience and like you want it to be a challenge, or
I think I may have upset the guy, but Vom, if you beg him and say you want to get home and stuff, then maybe he'll give some more information.
I don't think Vom begs.
Well,
I was literally just gonna say that.
maybe not beg, but you know.
All right, I'll walk up to him.
So he's putting some things away. You know, the guy next to him is still not moving.
Do I recognize that guy at all?
Roll a perception check.
Oh, whoops. Sorry. Do the first one.
Yeah, I'm gonna take the 13.
What?
Yeah, you're not smelling this guy.
Can I smell?
Would you like to smell him?
Yes.
Then I will take that as your roll. And he smells like death. Like he smells like not good. Like he smells like dead things.
Not like foreboding death. Like he smells nasty.
No, he smells like dead things.
Okay.
Is he a zombie?
I mean, he looks like a regular guy. He's got a brown hair, you know, a little bit of stubble, you know, dark eyes. You know, just not really moving.
All right, whatever. Hassan. This comet. Where did it land?
I don't necessarily know. Can I ask you something, friend? He says he's with the Brotherhood. But you clearly are not. So how did you two come to meet? And I guess I think we both can agree there's definitely something of interest at this location. And I guess I'm curious, who will, when history writes the book, whose names will be put down?
My name is Vom.
Well, Vom, as long as there's room on the page for Vom and Dazan, I'm happy to help you in your search. He puts a hand out.
I'll do it.
So he shakes your hand. He like he's like watching the handshake because he sees, you know, your big four fingers like wrap, or like your palm surrounds his hand. Like it is like shaking the hand of a child. By definition,
He's a child.
Yeah, by comparison, and he is like overwhelmed by it. It's between just past the. From what I understand, they crashed just past on the northeast side of that range south of Easthaven, just beyond that ridge. So I will ping it on the map for you.
How do I?
I got it. Right there.
Ooh.
Man, that's good because
That's not where I was gonna go.
that's not where I would have suggested.
I don't know my directions.
That's not even really south. It's like,
Yeah.
That's like a little. That's like lower east.
South? I thought you meant Youth.
Dear God.
I look at him, questioning his vocabulary and directions.
Well, it's the South Mountains. Well, it's not the most South Mountains, but they're south. They're southerly.
It's south if west is your north, but
East? Wait, no, yeah.
Though,
you know why they
Raise
call
your
it Easthaven, right?
I'd like you to roll a insight check, Vom.
Hell yeah. Oof.
He appears to be earnest about the location that there is something there.
Okay.
Does Vom say that?
Yes, he has to.
Can I hear it in the voice?
No, I don't think I can do it in the voice.
Okay.
Awesome. Awesome.
I turn to his friend. Hello, friend. What is your name?
So, as you address him, the Zon kind of looks. He says, "Pay no attention to. Krintas is a man of few words. A long friend, a companion, a traveling companion. Isn't that right?" And you see he turns, looks at you, and just nods, and then turns back. I'd like you to roll another insight check. You notice he just cast a spell.
Who cast a spell?
The Zon did.
Do I know what spell?
You don't. I don't think Vaughn would know that, but you just as you notice that you saw the kind of light, the subtle spark and disillusionment that occurs when someone is casting a spell kind of off of his fingers as he was talking to you. And I would think two things would probably come to mind with that. Is he just cast a spell without talking about it, which is pretty damn powerful. And
I'm gonna divine sense.
Can you remind me how that one works again?
You can detect an evil, blah blah blah. You can sense anything affected by the Hallow spell, or know the location of any celestial fiend or undead within 60 feet that is not bound to cover.
There's an undead right in front of you.
Yeah. All right. I knew that, but I wanted to make sure Vaughn knew that.
So what does Vom do with this new knowledge?
He doesn't do anything. Poker face. Total poker face.
Awesome.
He turns back to Dazan. He's like, "Where will we find you?" in Easthaven.
When you all arrive, I will, I'll know. I have friends that, keep me informed.
Okay. I'll walk away.
So, with that, you guys are... So, he seems to be kind of sorting things out. And you see... He's getting up and he's getting ready to leave. Is anybody paying much attention to him as he goes? He is just letting him leave.
I think we let him leave. Just my opinion. We have a better idea of where to go now, right? So we should probably get moving.
Are we like outside or is he away?
So if you guys just like you walk back and you just kind of let him leave. So like you guys are still, the rest of your crew is still at the bar. Are you guys doing anything while he's interrogating this dude?
I have still been hanging out with those dudes from earlier.
Yes. So let's go. Yeah, this has been for a little bit. Let's go back to Rinaldi for who now has been abandoned by the rest of the men at the party, and now it's her and
I mean, how big?
Oh
of
yeah,
a,
that's right. I did leave to go to the.
it's now her and 4 guys.
We've just been chatting it up, you know, shooting the shit.
Yeah, they're like kind of showing off a little bit. Like they're like, you know, they've got that bravado going now that like they've had a few drinks.
Letting them kind of do their thing and kind of feeding into their egos so that I can get closer with them.
I walk back to where Rinaldi is and just put my muscular arms on her shoulder. I'm just like, "What's up, y'all?"
I slide out from under him.
On that move, they all it's like middle school, and they're like, oh shit, like they're hooting and hollering, they're having a good time. So they're like, so Rinaldi, what really what I have to say, the big guys and the little squirrely type. What really is it? It's a strange group you've got. What like why do you really need to get after Sefik? Like what's going on?
Honestly, my man, we got kind of bored in Bryn Shander. And you know, we all happened to just stumble across each other, and so, you know, we're just kind of hanging around. We heard this guy was just running around with no pants or whatever, you know. And I've lived in the 10 towns for all of my life. And, you know, after a while you just got to do something new. I'm sure you understand if you've been from around here for long.
Oh. And Billy pipes in. He's like, well, I've only been here for like 5 days. Billy has not spoken at all this whole time. He's like, I'm not really a huge fan. Like, shut up, Billy. He's like, I met up with them in Luskan, and it's been cold the whole time. And I have to say, like he's you can see you start to realize like he's taking off his jacket, he's getting warm, and he's like much smaller than he appeared to be. Like he had the kind of face that looked like he was like grizzled, and as he takes off layer after layer, he's like smaller and smaller. And the other guys are all just like, oh god. Like, I have to say, Sefik was not nice when we were traveling. And he only ever is around whenever we're in Targos and Brinshander and Easthaven. That's like when we're here, he's gone. If we're anywhere else, he actually like sticks around for like a little bit, and he's just a sourpuss. He's a big old stick in the mud.
Well, I sure do want to hear more about that, Billy.
I don't know. He's like every month or so we're here, and like these guys are like, oh jeez. Like one of them like gets up and is like going and ordering food while like they're just like letting Billy like go on this like tirade. But basically he goes on and says, he's rude. I tried to ask him about what he likes, and he doesn't say anything. The only thing I know is now his birthday, which is great. How do you buy someone a birthday present? Like, if you don't know anything about him, he's a coworker. It's a very complicated relationship, and realistically, like he's just not very nice. I maintain like he is not an amicable fella. But Torg, the boss, likes him, so like you gotta balance that. I don't really. I don't know. I don't. You see, he's like he realizes he's like starting to badmouth like his boss in front of the other guys, and they're all kind of like this, like leaning in. It's like but I'm happy for my job, and I can deal with the cold, and it's new places and new people. That's what Mom always said.
So I thought everybody else went off to go get food.
There's one guy went off to get food. There's like the other two guys.
Okay. Are they talking amongst themselves by any chance?
They like kind of looked in, and as he kind of says that, they kind of like lean back, and
right.
they look. Rinaldi, can I get you something?
Yeah, I want a mead.
All right. It slaps the other guy in the back. They get up. It is now just you and Billy.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it. So Billy. So I kind of sidle up to Billy. And I'm like, so you ever heard about Suffolk doing anything like really bad?
It's so weird you say that. Okay. All right. You see, he's like trying to hold it together because he's like too many beers in. He's like, okay. I thought about it, and ever since I started working here, I've been hearing about there's like murders and bad stuff. And like they say he's got that really cool sword, which for the life of me, I don't know where he keeps it. I don't know where he keeps that sword. He doesn't have like a sheath or nothing. And he ain't got enough sleeves to hide it up a sleeve. But no one thinks about that, but Billy does. So he's got this sword. And I started working here, and people are dying and doing other things, and I don't really know about that. But apparently that's like a common thing here, that like people get sacrificed. Like, I'm not from here, but like that's fucking crazy, man. For what it's worth, Rinaldi, you would know this. Like, this is common knowledge that people get sacrificed to the Frostmaiden in Brinshander, and in Targos, and in Easthaven.
Okay.
So
we're putting pieces together.
Second. So he's like, so I start to thinking. I show up. We're here. People are dying. People are dying from these sacrifices. And other people are dying from other stuff that nobody knows what's going on. But I know that Frosty Boy is not anywhere. And so I don't really know where he goes. But I know that he's not here. And usually someone's dead.
Oh
Billy, you don't
God.
happen to know what his room number would be for this trip, do you?
No, he hasn't checked in yet.
You see the moment, like it all clicked for him, and he's like,
Oh God, he's killing people. Oh God. Oh my God, I need a new job.
he like gets up.
Billy, if you were Suffolk Caltro and you were gonna try and kill somebody tonight, where do you think you would be going? You got any hunches?
I saw him once go out into the woods.
The woods are a place for killing.
I saw him out in the woods once. As I had to take a leak, and I didn't want the bathroom was full, the outhouse was full, and I was going out that way. I seen him out there, and I don't know. I saw him over there, but I was like, oh, he still creeps me out, and he's not nice to me, so I don't want to say hi.
Yeah, man, I feel that. Okay. Well, Billy, it sounds like this is a hard thing for you to talk about. So do you want to talk about something that's a little bit nicer? You want to talk about kitty cats? Billy, you like kitty cats?
Yeah.
Do you like mice? I have a mouse friend. Have you met Louie yet?
Oh, hey, buddy.
He's like over enthusiastically waving, and like the other guys now come back and they like hand you the mead, and he's like fucking Billy.
Oh, Jesus.
I just kind of nudge one of the other guys. I'm just like, so Torga only hires the best men, right?
He's new. He's new. We used to work with his cousin. His cousin put in a word for him and said he was, let's just say his cousin ain't gonna work for us no more. And so
Alright.
they kind of reach in. They both kind of take Billy from like under the arm. All right, Billy, time for you to go. Fucking Billy. Well, it's been a pleasure looking at Rinaldi. Gentlemen. And they start to take him up to their rooms.
As they're leaving, I turn to them. Say, you best protect that Billy there.
I'll be fine. He'll be fine. I'll sleep it off. Ain't that right, Billy? They like, boom, like give him like a you hear like a thud as he's like, I'm fine. It's great. Happy job. You know, you love your job. You never work a day in your life.
Did you practice that? How did you do that just now?
Do what?
It's a very convincing hiccup.
Oh, that's just skill.
He does it a lot when he drinks, a lot of experience.
Oh yeah. So Billy is up, has now been kind of carried upstairs, and as you guys kind of come back, it's the bar is kind of emptied out. It's we're past the lunch rush, so it's basically you all and a couple other patrons who are they've looked up because you guys have basically been the center of attention seemingly since you got here. But they seem to believe that the excitement is dying down, so they're returning back to whatever business they had or book they were reading or whatever it might be.
Well, I say we make our way to Easthaven.
It is, yeah. It's probably like 2:30 now.
So we can probably get in there just before, well, be a little bit dark.
You'd be the back end of this. You'd be traveling at night. Not that big a deal, but you could do it. If you've got sled dogs, it would reduce your travel time substantially.
I was just about to ask.
Why don't we spend this afternoon tracking down sled dogs and like getting prepared, and we leave first thing tomorrow? Because it always takes us a while to actually like find stuff.
I'm
It takes
cool with that.
Okay, yeah.
Yep.
I'm out of divine sense.
So you guys are going to try and get a. Are you guys going to stay here?
Might as well.
Cool. Yep.
I will tell the group that guy is a very powerful mage, and we should not fuck with him quite yet. And his friend there was totally a zombie, so.
Yeah, I definitely picked up on the after your divine sense the zombie thing, which I thought was funny, and then Mike saying that he is like quite powerful because he didn't have to say anything about his spell. I was like, okay, cool. This is a no fuck with character at the moment. I was gonna like wisecrack something about his guy smelling really bad, and then then that whole thing went. Yeah, I was like, glad I didn't.
Awesome.
I'm also glad that Q rolled a good deception check.
Dude,
it would have been really risky.
I literally rolled a 19 and then a 20. and I have -1 for deception too, so that was a natural 20.
Yeah. I was like, I'm like, man, I knew you had a -1 for deception. I'm like, oh, this is gonna be bad.
Yeah, we went for it.
You did. For that, we're all happy. Is there anything else you guys? We can kind of put it into a fast forward montage moment of you guys want to get sled dogs.
Yeah.
So I'd say you have 2 options for sled dogs based off of what you know. One is you'd be able, based off of the interaction you had, you do know somebody who had a sled dog that you've walked away from. Without
shit.
Without trying to go back to that situation.
Let's do it.
If you were to ask, assuming you would ask Owen for a little advice on sled dogs, he would tell you that he does not have a good idea, but he would recommend Triglio, which is the general store that a lot of the fishermen frequent, that some of them might have an idea. But those are your options.
Didn't that one guy have a sleigh dog? I say to the group.
Can you be more specific, please?
The guy whose husband was
Oh, that guy.
Yeah.
Mhm.
We should go check in with them because the trip to Easthaven is going to be long on foot.
I can never show my face there again. But I would be happy to hold down the fort while you guys go. Or obviously, like I can come with you. I have to hide. I can't be seen.
Can she just be like behind Vom the entire time?
I mean, I'm pretty bulky.
So's Vom, though.
Vom is an elephant.
Not just acknowledge the elephant in the room.
Then yes, I can hide behind Vom.
So you guys are going to go back to that person's house?
Is that what y'all want to do?
Do you guys ever go to the gym and then you're just like, dude, yeah, I'm bigger than an elephant, you know? These biceps.
I'll go to the gym
every day.
I'm a half-orc barbarian. Like I'm not small.
So you also, I'd say you also saw dog sleds at Torga's. Like, she has dog sleds, but she uses them.
Wait, just so I'm clear, we're in a place called Targos. And there's
Targos,
a woman
named
named
Torga.
Torga.
Yes, it is confusing.
All right.
I recognize that.
Okay. Well, I personally remember saying, like, I don't know, when we all left, I think I looked at that guy funny. I don't know if Mike, you remember that or whatever, but it was like a really awkward. That whole situation was really awkward. So maybe we don't go back. Plus, it's just like another thing to do.
Those are my notes. That's how I know that they're two separate things. Can get the names right.
That's exactly what mine looks like.
Also, I have Zephic met with the Tiefling. We got that from somewhere. I don't know what that means.
I have that too. I just have tiefling.
Professional note takers.
Oh, I have no notes.
No notes?
All up here.
Yeah, you were told that Sephic occasionally is seen with a tiefling, but those guys that you talked to did not see him with said tiefling.
I also made a vast error, and I when I looked up the arcane whatever club, I
Club?
also I clicked Sephic was a link. I clicked on that and I read about Sephic, and I know too much.
Don't worry, that Sephic is different than my Sephic.
Okay, good. Okay, because it's cool. I was just
Some stuff.
Okay. No notes.
There's not going to be any spoilers in this article.
Oh my gosh. All right. So you're looking for modes of travel. Is that what I'm hearing?
Yes.
Man, if only we had those bears and
I know.
the Goblin Fortress.
I guess we can always go out and try and.
Yeah, they
find
let them out in the tundra.
Hear me out, guys. We can go back to Bryn Shander and try and find dogs there. Like, I think we could make that walk and then stay in Bryn Shander for that night. I mean, it is a bigger city, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Town.
Another idea, just throwing this out there. We can go back to Bryn Shander and we can try to track down those polar bears.
Take them and
Like
harness them back up.
Like a whole day, though, wouldn't they? Wouldn't they have wandered
Yeah.
quite?
I
far?
don't know, DM.
Hey Vom, real quick. What's your weight?
So I said like 350 and like at the beginning, and I decided to retcon that, and it's gonna be closer to like 500.
I was gonna say that's a lean elephant.
Yeah.
Vom, I'm gonna help you out. You are too fat for a dog sled.
I was gonna ask that.
You would need 2 dog sleds and wear them like roller skates.
I can do that.
Polar bears, though.
Polar bears. Hey, Rinaldi, you're around.
Yeah.
And Q, I'm gonna let you both make a either history or animal handling check to see if you can think of anything else that would be helpful to your group. Q, you think that you need to go places, and that would be nice. Rinaldi,
Roll again.
it's okay. Rinaldi's your hero. Rinaldi, you remember there are these creatures called axebeaks that are basically like giant dodos, effectively. And what you would know about an axebeak
is that they are things that people have, that people will ride quite frequently. Let's see if this is this the thing I want. Let's see. Let's see. Nope, that's not it either. Show to everyone. Hey, look, it's an axe beak.
We would all need an axe beak. Well, I mean, potentially. Okay.
Pretty cute. Cool. So I know about these things, but I don't know. Do I know where to get them or where to?
You think you might be able to find someone who might be able to sell you one or rent you one or something like that in Bryn Shander?
Would I already know like what kind of weight capacity they have? Like, could
you've seen them haul some stuff. Like you've seen some people come in with like some loaded down axe beaks.
Okay.
So
They got thick legs.
yeah.
Thick with 2 C's.
Oh, at least
3 C's.
Thick.
Quick tangent. This is exactly how the interaction would go in real life, where I'd be like, we gotta go places with like one of those like things, you know? Like,
This is
and
it,
we're
like,
gonna
it,
be
it flies.
you mean you?
And it's got one of those things on its face. And like
I'm really
Got
glad
those-
that
bring it.
I'm glad that fantasy is mirroring reality.
Yeah, this getting some serious deja vu here.
So, but yeah, I think you would know there might be like some stables or something where you could probably wheel and deal. They're probably going to cost you a little bit of money if you want to buy one, but you could probably sort that.
Do I know any bird dodo machine guys in Bryn Shander?
You would know where to find them, but I don't know if you've
I don't
ever.
like personally know any like handlers.
Are you asking if you might have like a
Connections.
like a connection?
Yeah.
You might know someone who like was like a barn hand who
Okay.
can like maybe like connect you with somebody. Like you know someone who knows someone kind of thing.
Okay. All right. Then let's do that then.
So is that what you guys are doing?
I think so. Do we have any qualms?
No
No
qualms.
qualms. Okay.
We are qualm free.
I'm just thinking about those polar bears.
I know.
All right. So you guys are just turning tail and heading out of Targos.
Yep.
All right. So while you do that, let me just do this real quick. I can roll like 2 things because it's a short trip. Just a pleasant little adventure. Blah blah blah. Yeah, your trip is fairly uneventful. Is it still kind of the middle of the afternoon? There's nothing too crazy. You know, you're seeing the quote unquote light of the day is setting, and you're seeing off to the north. You see the bluish green aurora that has filled the night sky every night for the past several years now start to light up. But beyond that, you all make it to Bryn Shander with no problems. And as you get there, are you going to immediately head for the stables? Kind of, we're mission focused.
I mean, yeah, why not?
Fantastic. So those stables are actually conveniently
right here. Actually, it's like so convenient. I can't even believe how convenient it is. There's even a pre-made arrow for it. Ding. There they are. So, there you are. You go in. There's a small halfling boy trying to tend to some dogs and a couple axe beaks, and the smell of animal and hay is kind of heavy in the air. But a dwarven woman comes up. Hey, keep them quiet. You fed them, right? God damn it, this boy. Rinaldi, old Bip over there ain't keeping much track of these animals today. What can I do you for? Who are your friends?
Well, so this is Perrin, Q, we call him Q, and Bomb, and we are here to try and get some axe.
Axe beaks. Oh, well,
Not
I have to say, didn't think I'd see you taking the adventurous type, but I'm happy to help you out. 4 of you, big boy.
I walk up to one of the axe beaks and I kind of just like touch its beak, and kind of like one of those like moments or whatever where you're.
What is the nature of an axe beak? Like, what is their demeanor?
They're like a mule. Like they're
Like docile.
Yeah, they're pretty docile. Like they can be spooked.
Okay.
But like they're basically a beast of burden.
I approach it calmly and just try to have like an emotional connection with one of the axe beaks.
It kind of bellows slightly.
Oh, okay, so that's our son.
Oh, I see. You've taken a liking to him. Well, it's gonna be 50 gold pieces per person.
Why per person? Why not just the one for the one bird?
Well, 50 gold pieces per bird. You can't all get on one.
It's just that you just said that they can carry a lot of weight.
Yeah, they're like a mule, so they can tow. If we're gonna get very technical here, it is 420 pounds.
Place it.
So we need.
So they can barely carry.
Yeah,
Do I even know that?
she's got a particularly large one that is like staring down Vom.
So
Is it like
we
a
need
thing
like
like
one
that?
for Vom and then just like another that we can kind of all ride. I think.
Is this going to even be faster than walking?
Yeah,
Okay.
it will be 50% faster.
Okay.
If you wanted it to be exact.
So that is almost all of my gold.
Is this to buy it or to rent?
To buy it.
Oh, okay.
50
Can we
gold,
rent?
and you guys will have axe beaks. You have to negotiate if you're going to rent it.
I mean, do we want to rent it? Do we want to buy it?
Are axe beaks like the fastest mode of transportation
Out of
throughout?
little DM help here, they are the best thing you're going to get as far as like mode of transportation.
Okay.
Sounds like a lot of money, but I think we're getting it with the intention of investigating this comet, and I think that'll be helpful later. And like I always say, you got to spend money to make money.
Do always say that.
Does she have any used axe beaks?
Used axe beaks.
Any rescues?
Any rescues?
My
I'll
dad
take the
said
one
that.
for 90, please.
My dad said that when they got kittens. He's like, "Oh yeah, we went to the shelter and got used cat kittens." It's like, you can't say that.
That's pretty funny.
That's dark. So there's one that like the feathers are kind of patchy. She looks a little sad, but like, yeah, she's.
Can I get this one for 30 gold by any chance, good sir?
Well,
Isn't it a woman?
yeah, it was a woman.
Ma'am?
You want Bertha?
Bertha.
Is it Big
Alrighty.
Bertha?
No, Big Bertha. That's Big Bertha. And she kind of points to that big one that's been that's been staring Vom down.
Oh, so this is little Bertha.
That's her mother.
Okay.
Well, we have to get both. We got to keep the family together.
Keep the family together. If you're getting both, I'll give them to you both for 90,
80,
85,
80,
87,
80.
90.
I hate this. All right, what was the last price that they said? 90.
you went down and you went back up. So the lowest she went was 85.
I can't talk her back down to that, can I? I already messed that up. All right.
Could you give it a shot?
All right. We'll do 85.
85. And I'll give you
And
and
we get to keep that blanket that she's snuggling with.
oh, absolutely.
All right.
All right, Bip, get him ready. You hear some squawking.
How do you want to split this? 50-50?
Didn't he give us like all his money?
I kind of like look around like
Yeah, we
like
have
John Travolta.
we have so much money because he gave us everything. Me and Q split it.
I think we have this. Rinaldi, how much do you have?
Like 0 money. Like I literally have 53 gold, so like I would have been left with 3 gold.
Oh no, that's fine. Perrin, how much do you have?
76.
Yeah, we're fine.
I pull out
Gonna
10
show
gold.
you, Steve?
Well,
You keep your money. All right, I have 50-ish or 40-ish.
we
Rinaldi has-
don't have enough for the group. There's no way.
Wait, how much is it?
We need 80 gold, 85 for the two of them, and I have 76. So I don't cover either of them, right? And I
think
have
we
all of Vom's money, or half of Vom's money, and you have half.
might be able to get away with 3. Parent can like
Yeah, like
I think you guys will need 3. Objectively,
Oh,
you'll
yeah,
need
3.
you like Perrin can buddy up with somebody, but like it would be like if Q, you're a big guy. Rinaldi's a hell of a woman. So
Yeah, none of you are small. Like literally, all of you are really large. I'm the
How
only
much?
one who.
Parent,
How
I think you could ride with either, but not me.
yeah.
Okay.
How,
Yeah,
how
I
much
can't
for? So how much for 3 then?
3.
Were you saying 2 for? So 2 for 85.
120.
120. Yeah, we've got enough for that.
Give you a bulk discount.
I put
Okay.
my 10 gold.
115.
Thank you for
So-
contributing.
How much am I putting
sir.
in?
Who has the group's money right now?
Perrin does.
Parents.
I don't have the group's money. I just have half of Vom's money.
And
Yeah.
Laura.
I thought that Q has all of our stuff after he sold the gems.
I bought like all
No.
of our like cooking stuff.
Okay.
Do that. I got clinking
I'm
pots and
gonna-
pans.
Is anybody does anybody want to be selfish and like hoard money, or do we
No.
just want to like kind of split it?
I think splitting is fine.
We're adults. We can do math.
So Vaughn put down 10. Rinaldi's putting down.
I'll put down whatever y'all need me to put down. What was the total price?
120.
120.
So now we're at 110.
I had
So what, 40-ish? A little less.
I just buy one.
Straight
Here,
up.
so
Okay.
I'll put however much I need to.
So that's 40 for one. So that brings us to 50. So I'll put down 40, which brings us to 90. You would have to do 30.
Me?
Rinaldi, yeah.
Okay, then I'll do 30.
Alright, cool. So 40.
How much am I doing?
40.
40. Okay.
Right, so you guys all got you all have axe beaks.
Well done.
All right.
We don't all have axe beaks.
Well, the group has
We have 3.
axe beaks enough to travel.
Who wants a friend? I promise I won't talk much. I'm really it's
She's a little scraggly.
All right, while you guys sort that out, is there anything else you guys want to do in Bryn Shander while you're here, or are we continuing along?
I'm going through and giving hugs to whoever.
Yep. Bip comes up and he's talking to you. Oh, hey, how are you? But otherwise, it's another typical day in the city. I got a notification. I don't know what it's from. Anything else?
No.
So you guys hightailing it straight out of the city again?
Yeah. Do we want to call it on that one too, since the next bit of the journey is like, I mean, the
Just
east.
say what time is it? Are we staying in Bryn Shander overnight, or do we have
You guys
time
could-
to actually ride?
I mean, you guys probably, I'd say you probably spent like, it's probably 5:30.
Okay.
Now that you've got these axe beaks, it really reduces your travel time, which is nice. So for you to get to Easthaven, it would take you just like 3.5 hours, just over 3.5 hours.
If we could end the day in Easthaven, that'd be sick.
Okay. Well, we should probably hightail it out. Mike, how dark is it at 5:30?
It's like almost like a
Twilighty?
It's twilight. It's
Okay.
it's just it's the light is the light of the night comes from that aurora. So like the snow is like blue and green, kind of lit up, kind of sparkling by the aurora. It's objectively actually quite pretty.
Cool. Okay. Hold on. Vom, can you let me like borrow a pan from your array of pots and pans that you're carrying? Thank you. I on the journey, I don't know if this impacts the roll that you're gonna do, because I don't know if it's one of those where you're just rolling and we go. But I have a light spell that I'll cast and use for the duration of the journey, unless we come across something that happens.
Oh, nice.
I have to use it on an object smaller than 10 feet in any dimension, and Pat is not that big.
So you have
So
a
you gotta-
big glowing pan.
Well, we need something.
That's
I didn't know.
awesome. That's
We'll
awesome.
hoist the pan.
Okay.
Can you cast that twice?
Um,
Or is it like one
No.
object for a duration?
one yeah. It lasts. Oh, and it only lasts for an hour, so we can use it.
So you gonna wait on that?
Yeah, let's wait on that. I'll have the pan on hand for when it starts to get dark. So you're gonna have to give me a like a DM kind of like, hey, it's by the way,
Right.
it's getting a little dark out.
So I need to roll a couple things. 2 seconds. Where's my
1, 2.
Okay. Oh, it's that. Interesting. And sweet. All right. So, as you guys, it's a bit of a long journey, but all in all, you know, you leave Bryn Shander behind you. You're off on your axe beaks, you know, moving along pretty well, and as you're going, you know, you see is you guys are kind of caught up a little bit in watching the aurora and kind of seeing how the light shimmers. And you're far enough away from town now. You're still on sort of a main thoroughfare on the East Road.
Eastway, yeah.
The Eastway, sorry. That you're now still at a spot, though, where you don't see anything that you recognize. You know, it's dark all around. You know, there's snow in every direction. And I need who's up at the front? So
Whoever I'm riding with, because I have this pan. I'm riding with
Perrin
somebody.
and who you riding with?
I don't think we
You
ever
should
said.
probably ride with Rinaldi because I think I'm bigger because I'm a Goliath.
Sure.
I'm assuming a little bit bigger.
Sure.
And then
Okay, cool.
Vom, are you at the back?
Probably.
Okay. You know, let's do it this way. I'd like everyone to roll me a perception check, and we're just going to see how everybody does. Okay. Okay. Perrin, you are holding on as, you know, to the back of Rinaldi as you're going through this. Or is she carrying you kind of like little kid style, like you're up in front and she's like kind of guarding you?
I'm not a child,
So you're backpacking
so
it.
I'm backpacking.
So he's a big boy.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm
So-
6 foot tall, according to my bio.
So you're doing that and you're looking around. You see something massive fly overhead.
Whoa. What was that?
Like truly massive.
No, is anyone else seeing this? How can none of you guys see this freaking... This is huge. It's like this massive silhouette in the sky.
And with that, in that moment, everyone, you kind of call everybody's attention. It's gone.
I didn't see nothing.
All right. Well, we'll talk about it in Easthaven unless...
And then all at once, I need everyone to make a dexterity saving throw.
Okay.
Good thing I don't have a -1 on this.
All right. Everyone is fine except Q. Q, you are knocked off of your axe beak as a giant brush up of snow bursts up in front of you all. And this is the best way I can do this. Man, I gotta figure out what the hotkey is for this, but we'll just do this. Hey there. That's what you see.
It's a very large animal. It has a man on it.
That is exactly what you see.
Q.
Do we know where Q went?
So
He
Q
got
is
knocked off.
he's been knocked off, and so you all have come to an abrupt stop.
But like, do we have eyes on him, or is it just kind of like he fell down into the tree somewhere? We have no idea where he is.
I'm imagining everybody can see this.
Okay.
Yeah,
this
I mean,
point.
you guys are just like walking on the ground. Like the
I-
birds,
I-
the birds don't fly. They're
I just,
you're riding them
Oh,
like
okay.
ostriches.
I just thought Q would react to getting knocked off his axe
Yeah.
beak.
Yeah.
He seems unfazed.
I like to think that I just kind of like get up and I mean, if I'm like knocked off of it, like I'm imagining I'm like kind of like buried in the snow a little bit.
Oh yeah, you kind of like sunk in. You're kind of like trying to dig yourself out a little bit.
There's a giant Q-shaped like hole.
Yeah,
in the
there's
ground.
there's a Q-shaped like imprint in the snow, and I'm just kind of like in it like a cartoon.
Yeah.
And I'm slowly kind of.
You just kind of like rise.
So I get up and I see this beast before me, and I'm just trying to play it cool as always, and I just kind of grip my staff and just try to get proper footing.
There is this guy on this thing, though, right?
Yes, you see a like humanoid shape in a saddle on top, but you're also probably like 50 to 100 feet out. It's like 60 to 100 feet out. So it's landed, and like the blowback from this giant dragon has blown you all back a little bit and kind of caught you off guard.
Okay.
Can
I feel like
you see that it's just kind of the head is kind of just like,
yeah. Since I'm riding with Rinaldi, I kind of like nudge her shoulder and like, hey, have you seen this before? Like, are we okay? Because animal tracking and skills.
DM, do I recognize this?
you have heard, you've never seen this before, but you have heard.
Have I heard like
Of-
legend of
Yeah,
it? Or like
you've heard rumor and legend of there was a great white worm, an ancient white dragon that lived in the Reged Glacier named Arviaturis. But you
okay.
had never ever seen her before.
has it caught sight of us?
It is not. You don't know that.
Okay.
You don't know. It right now the head is just sort of scanning.
Can I do an insight check to see if like it's like threatening or if it's just kind of like
Yeah, you can do that. I'd say you can do insight or like animal handling.
do insight.
It looks like it's hunting.
But there's a saddle on it. So confused.
Am I able to do a perception check to see if I recognize the person who is on this thing?
Sure. Yeah, that's fine.
I mean, that sounds like
I'm gonna cast Compelled Duel on it.
Wait,
Oh.
what?
I'm kidding.
Wait,
I'm sorry, what? Is that actually a thing you're doing?
No, of course not.
You want to, like, you really want to fight this fucking thing? Rinaldi, you get out like a good shape of it. Like it's definitely like a humanoid shape, but you can't really pick up who it is. Like they're not moving they're not moving a whole lot. Like they're not like doing anything that catches your eye. So they're not like really catching your attention in any way that you would recognize.
So they're wearing like normal clothes then.
Yeah. I mean, it'd say like they're a little dated, but
Like it's not Suffolk.
it's not
So that's
Suffolk. No, to answer that, no, it is not Suffolk. They're wearing long robes, has long white hair.
Is there any? It's a White Walker does. Is there any cover around us?
It is open snow as far as you can see. Do you want me to put you on a map?
Well, I'm just wondering because there's these little hills, you know. Like, can we position yourselves on some elevation?
I want to go to bed. We got this freaking dragon.
Yeah, here you go.
Oh, I don't like that.
Yeah. So it's like that far away from you.
Okay, so do we feel like this is gonna hunt us, or do we want to approach this as a?
I mean,
As
I'm
a
kind of
character.
thinking we keep Hippo.
Yeah, can we sort of
Can we
hip-
go around it and still make it to Easthaven?
Yeah. I mean, you can get off the path a little bit and kind of just like skirt your way around it. Is that
Can we
what
just
you?
pause? Can we just pause and just, you know, wait a second, see what it does?
Yeah. You see?
Yeah,
You're
I'm
just gonna
actually-
hold out.
I'm actually cool with that.
All right. So
If it doesn't move, we should probably go around.
All right. Let me do this.
And I will not use my light spell for a bit because I don't want to attract any attention.
I asked for my pan bot.
You asked for your pants.
I don't give it back yet.
Oh damn it!
We might need it later. It's gonna get dark.
It's gonna get dark.
Vom's getting angry.
Don't bomb. Your pan is in good hands.
All right. You see through the wood a small deer kind of is bounding across. And as it gets to about here, you can almost hear the dragon. And it snaps its head over, looking over at this deer. It now has caught sight of the dragon and is trying to get away. And the dragon runs over and eats it.
Surely, if we all approach it, it won't. No, I don't know.
And
I should.
I like table talk. I want to go check this thing out, but I also don't trust this situation.
Do you know invisibility?
No, I know. I have minor illusion, and I have like deception for conversations. I don't have a invisibility spell.
Because you can do some fun stuff with invisibility. I know from
this-
experience.
I mean, is this a dragon that we are likely to encounter again?
Probably not. If it's like legend, right? It's like
Absolutely not. You only ever encounter dragons once.
it's called Dungeon and Dragon.
Yeah.
It's only one.
It's like getting struck by lightning, you know? Only happens once.
I mean, okay, so minor illusion,
if
I
you wanna
can
go check
create
it
a
out.
sound or an image of an object within a range that lasts for a minute.
Let's continue to chill and see what happens.
So she starts she's eating.
She starts just kind of walking around, kind of smelling.
You know, I can use an illusion spell to create another deer.
Could we just start slowly backing away?
Yeah, as she keeps walking towards you, because I'm also sure this. You're about to hear. She's like 60 feet away. So you start backing away. With you guys doing that, she basically is walking around a little bit more. But beyond that, the wings spread out again, and with a mighty whoosh, she takes off into the sky, and in a moment is gone.
You want to see if there's any leftover deer over there?
I mean, yeah.
It'd be good cooking.
You go over there. There's a few bones that are covered in ice.
Oh, pretty.
A few kind of scraps of meat, but looks like the dragon did a pretty good job of licking her bones clean.
I think we should just not stay around, because if we stay around, it could come back, and we have places to be. So we seem to have dodged a bullet.
Or dragon bullet.
So you guys keep on trucking?
Yeah.
Cool. And No, you can't do that, Q. They are too big.
Okay. That's why I asked.
For the record, do you mind if I share what you just asked me?
No, not yet.
Okay. Then I will message it to you so that you have the answer. I will find that answer to that in a moment.
Sounds like planning some bullshit.
All right. So you guys keep on going for another. So you traveled about an hour. You had your incident, and you keep going another hour. And now, as you guys are going through, you see there is a figure out in the road ahead of you.
Someone want to use a perception check? I don't know. I'll use a perception check. Screw it.
No, I will use a perception check.
I see nothing.
You can't perceive shit.
Yeah, Perrin, you're still you're still like daydreaming about this dragon.
Oh, okay.
Q, you see there it's a humanoid looking shape just standing in the road. It's walking, but kind of irregularly.
Who sees this?
What do I see?
Q, you see the shape, probably, you guys are still riding towards it, so it's probably 80 feet in front of you now. Is it's the shape of a human,
walking down the road. Kind of a little bit irregularly, but they're just walking.
Perrin, do you still have your pan?
Yes. It's
Can I
not my
have it?
pan. It's Fawn's
Well,
pan. I haven't
do you-
used it as a light yet. Do you want it as a light?
Is it dark?
It's a little bit dark, but not too bad. And it's no darker than it was before.
Okay, I guess like if I was like kind of wave at the guy, would they be able to see me?
You need to get a little bit closer, but yeah.
Okay.
We could also use the light.
I let the group know that there's somebody up ahead that I see.
So you guys keep on rolling.
Want to approach him?
Yeah.
Onward.
Crazy, but
We got 3 axe speaks.
let's go.
So you guys get a little closer. You realize this person's walking towards you. They don't seem to be like responding to you guys being on the road.
Totally a zombie, all I'm telling.
I mean, do we want to stop? Like, we can just ride by them unless they do something. Like, just fucking let people do their own thing.
Yeah, I mean, we don't have to engage.
All right. So it's the road is pretty open. You're getting a little bit off to the side. You can get a little bit off the road a little if you're gonna, kind of try and avoid this person. But otherwise, especially because you guys are kind of in a bit of a group. Just gonna go by him.
Yep.
All right.
Press onward.
Who's going? What's our order again? It's like Rinaldi and
Rinaldi, Perrin, and then Q, and then Bomb.
Cool. So Rinaldi, as this happens, you guys go by, and this goes here. Don't mind me. Nothing is happening. Just gonna need you to. So as you get, okay, there we go. That's what I want. Cool. So as you get closer, Rinaldi, you're about, you guys are probably, 20, 30 feet away from this guy now. A javelin comes flying out and sticks you into your shoulder. And you take 6 piercing damage. And you need to make a Constitution saving throw.
Who?
Rinaldi.
That roll. No.
You are poisoned.
Okay.
Until
sorry,
next.
How much did I take?
You took
6?
6. And now you are poisoned.
Okay. Features entry. No. Action.
And let me just double check how poison works. I forget exactly how poisons work. It is blah, blah, blah. Why can't I see what the effects of a poison are? Am I losing it? Oh, you take a D4.
can I do something reactionary here?
I'll let you react, and then everyone needs to roll initiative.
Okay. Having bonded with Rinaldi the other night, you know, I instinctively like try to, you know, protect her as best as I can, and I cast absorb elements to kind of lessen the blow and try to absorb some of the poison.
Ooh, does that work with poison?
I believe it does. Wait. I thought it did, but maybe it doesn't. No, so never mind. I don't think I can do that.
And I think it's only when you take it.
Usually they do though.
But cool. Everybody roll initiative.
I don't know if y'all heard that, but Retzko just sneezed.
Wait, that's that. It's that one.
Mike, did my roll come through?
Yep. Okay.
Actually, did mine go through too? It's telling me something weird.
Yeah, it gave me a weird thing. Also, is this encounter? I don't want to be bitchy, but is this encounter going to take a minute? Because like I really do not feel fantastic and would like to sleep.
It's also just late.
No,
general.
you know what? So here's what we're gonna do. I think we will start our next one with this combat because I messed up the initiative counter anyway. So you guys, so Rinaldi has been speared, and we will start our next session with this combat.
I'm screenshotting these rolls.
That's a good idea.
Oh, because
Wow,
you rolled a 20.
I don't need a screenshot.
So that'll work for me.
I get first attack.
Well done, everyone.
You do. I'm very excited for it. Woo!
I am not last.
All right.
And break.